up, YouTube? We are back. Week 1 kicks off tomorrow, and here is our official predictions for week 1. We're going to do this every Wednesday. And yeah, let's get right into it with our first, wait. Horrible YouTuber. Intro first. Starting off, let's get right into it with our first game of the week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs opening up their season at home against the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams that ruined my fandom at one point for this 49er team because they beat us in the Super Bowl. Both of these teams. One beat us twice.
This is the worst.
But anyways, let's hop into the game. I think it's going to be a really good game, especially you got two really good teams, two really good offenses, and we're going to finally see how that Baltimore offense is going to look with Derrick Henry. Now, I actually have the Baltimore Ravens beating the Chiefs in the home opener just because Chiefs been starting off slow lately, but then pick it up at the end, and I don't think it's going to be any different now. So give me the Ravens to win this one and start the season 1-0. Now let's move on to our second game of the week on a Friday, no less. We got all the way down in Brazil. We got the Packers taking on the Eagles, which should be another pretty good game. A lot of controversy behind this game saying that it's not safe for the players. Why are we sending them down there? I personally want to believe, hey, if the players do not feel safe, the NFL should probably not send them over there.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
But I digress. It's going to be a really good game, but I honestly think the Philadelphia Eagles will probably take this one. Just their offense has a lot of scoring power. And again, I think kind of like I said with the Chiefs, but the opposite, the Eagles start off pretty strong every year and then choke at the end. So let's go with the Eagles beating the Packers, and they're going to start their season 1-0. And now kicking it off on Sunday morning, and I'm in the Pacific, so it's going to be based on Pacific time at 10 a.m. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Atlanta Falcons, and I could be honest with you guys, I probably don't give a damn about this game. I'm more interested in the Falcons because I have them in my fantasy team. But honestly, the Falcons are going to win this game. The Steelers, I think this is going to be their first time they have a losing season. And yeah, just that Atlanta team should be really good on paper with Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, now Kirk Cousins. It should be a win for them. And then Pittsburgh, their quarterback room is atrocious, like I've been saying. So let's go with the Falcons taking the first game of the year. And now another morning game that we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Buffalo Bills. And guys, it shouldn't be that hard of a question. It's going to be the Buffalo Bills to win this game. But I am intrigued to see how that Arizona offense looks just because they are in my division. So I want to see how scrappy they're going to look this year because last year they were very scrappy. But give me the Buffalo Bills to win this. I want to say it's a blowout, but I think they should win it kind of handily. All right, now this game coming up, we got the Tennessee Titans versus Chicago Bears. Now, this game, I'm intrigued because I want to see how this Chicago offense looks. Plus, I have Roma Duzzi on my fantasy, so it's going to have my intrigue nonetheless. But then, I also kind of want to see what this Titans team looks like. Will Levis, he got an arm on him, so we'll see how Mayo Boy can do. But Chicago should win this one, and I'm going to go with the Chicago Bears taking the win. But I'm very curious to see how both these young teams are going to look. Then, following that game, we got the Patriots versus the Bengals. Bengals win it, probably a blowout. Don't really need to go much into detail on it. Now we have the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. I believe this is it is a division game starting off the year, which those are pretty interesting. It should be very competitive because division games always go really competitive. But the Texans have the better team. They have the better quarterback, the better weapons, the better coach. So I say the Texans are going to win this one, but I don't think it'll be an easy win for them because, again, like I mentioned, it is a division game, and those tend to be a lot harder than people expect them to be. But give me the Houston Texans beating the Tennessee Titans, or the Indianapolis Colts. My bad. And in the Battle of Florida, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to say, give me the Dolphins to win this game. I just don't know about Jacksonville anymore. I don't know about Trevor Lawrence anymore. I'm just not a Trevor believer. I'm starting to think he was maybe have been all hype. Brock Purdy, surely better. Has nothing to do with this conversation, but I'm just going to throw it out there. But give me the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they have a high-scoring offense, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. So Dolphins win the Battle of Florida. And now we have another division game to kick off the season. We have in the NFC South, probably the worst division of football, for being honest. But we got the Panthers versus the Saints, and both teams are probably going to be pretty awful this year. Maybe the Panthers are going to be a bit more awful. So give me the Saints winning this game. But I've seen a lot of memes where Saints fans are just tired of Derek Carr shit already, which is insane. But yeah, just give me the Saints to win this game. And it's gonna be a snooze fest. Like, there is nothing interesting about this game whatsoever. So give me that being the snooze fest of the weekend. Now we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Football Giants. And it's been said a lot, but I think God hates the Minnesota Vikings.
You call this a storm? Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh! It's time for a showdown! You and me!
Because 2 years in a row they lose a starting quarterback to injury. I think if you're going to go play Minnesota as a quarterback, you should be prepared to get injured. And damn, like, they have to rely on Sam Darnold for the rest of the year. They locked up Justin Jefferson, so I think that they'll be fine for the rest of the year, or at least when J.J. McCarthy comes back next year. But Minnesota is not going to be a great year for you guys, and I'm sure a lot of the fans already know that. But nonetheless, I still take the Vikings whooping the Giants. Like, the Giants are going to be the worst team in football. I easily expect them having the #1 pick next year. But give me the Minnesota Vikings to win it. And it's probably one of the very few games to win this year. And I'm not dunking on Minnesota. I just, facing the facts right now, you guys are in for a long, rough season. Now we have an AFC West showdown between the Las Vegas Raiders and the LA Chargers. Both teams are kind of in a weird position. Raiders, they actually have a pretty good team. It's just the quarterback situation is not great over there. Chargers, on the other hand, they have a great quarterback. They just don't have a great team. But I think Gardner Minshew could still do enough to help the Raiders win some games this year, and this is one that I do believe the Raiders will win. I just don't think the Chargers have any firepower to help Justin Herbert win some of these games, and especially when it's like a division game, which they're always so hard because these teams see each other twice a year. But I'm going to go with the Raiders winning this one, and this will probably put you guys in first place in the AFC West for the first week, and we are never going to hear the end of it. Following that, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are going to be god-awful this year, and I'm here for it. I love to see it. And Denver is actually going to get some payback on the Seahawks for fleecing them so hard in that Russell Wilson trade. That's probably one of the worst trades in NFL history. But I think the Broncos get their payback, so you say, and beat the Seattle Seahawks. And I think it's going to be at home for the Seahawks. So they're going to open up the season and lose at home to the Denver Broncos because Bo Nix is him. Now we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Cleveland Browns. Look, if you guys did not have signed CeeDee Lamb and had him on the active roster during this game, I would have picked the Browns. But you guys have CeeDee Lamb, and the Browns don't have Nick Chubb. Deshaun Watson, I don't think he's ever going to be back what everyone expects him to be. The only thing that I could see carrying this Browns is that Browns defense. But I still think the Cowboys are just going to be able to beat them just straight on offensive power. They're just going to score more points. So give me the Dallas Cowboys to win this game. The Washington Commanders versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. And I just don't know what's the hype between the Commanders this year. Everyone's like, don't sleep on the Commanders. I'm going to sleep on that. I don't see anything that you guys did that makes me believe you'll be any different from last year. Yes, you have Jaden Daniels. Yes, you might have better offensive passing, but that's about it. Give me the Buccaneers to win this. Baker Mayfield's going to continue his revenge tour and prove the world why he is still a starting capable quarterback and he deserves to be paid as one. Now it's time for Sunday Night Football. I can't wait to hear Carrie Underwood hit that song, and it's going to feel so nostalgic, so perfect. But we got the LA Rams taking on the Detroit Lions at Detroit, and Detroit's just a really good team. They're going to be on fire this year. They are going to be in there for the NFC Championship game. It's probably going to be Niners versus Detroit again, but in this game, Matthew Stafford comes back. He was a little butthurt last time because they booed him. Matt, what do you expect? You left them to go win a team. You won your Super Bowl ring, but now it's time for Detroit to get theirs. And they are not going to be all happy with you coming into town and beating them. But will the Rams get payback for the playoffs last year? No, they're not. Give me Detroit to win this, and I think they're going to shut them out. Shut up. And now, time for Monday Night Football. The game I'm most excited for because it's my team. They're playing. They're kicking off the season at Levi's. We're about to be there, loud, pumping. Everything's been going great. Aaron Rodgers coming into town. He's facing Leonard Floyd again, the guy who tackled him and made his Achilles explode. But we don't wish injury upon nobody, so Aaron Rodgers stay healthy. I hope he actually has a really good season this year and does not get hurt because he is an older guy, and those injuries to someone at that age is not great. But nonetheless, give me the 49ers to win this. I just think the defense is going to be way too much for that Jets. I was about to say Green Bay. Way too much for that Jets offense to handle. Rumors are that Rodgers is not clicking very well with his teammates. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what the rumors are. And then I also just think the Niners are a better overall team. Could it be close? It could be a close game, but I don't see it being close. I got the Niners winning 27-7 or 28-7. They're going to win by a couple scores. And if I'm wrong, I'll probably be very upset next time I do these videos. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for my predictions. Kind of a shorter video, but we'll be doing this every Wednesday. Tuesdays, we'll react to the games that happen, and we'll see what we do throughout the rest of the week. But anyways, football is back. We're excited. It's finally time. And go Niners.